start the way we start. Until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And you know, I'll say that again. So folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwamu Edumasa. And I say this republic, we want to stay in Ghana. We want to stay in Ghana. And as conferred on me by one of the callers last week, the Professor of National Development. I take him. Professor of National Development. Well, as you know, as required, though difficult in our time, especially as we are getting closer to elections, please, the only rule to this ritual is to drop all your labels and come as a Ghanaian just for an hour. You just have to be a Ghanaian for just 1 hour. After you can put on your labels and become what you want. But this hour, all is required of you to listen to this show is to drop your labels. Now, once you have done that, let me welcome you to the most beautiful ritual on radio. Not just any radio, but the superstation, Joy 99.7 FM. A ritual I call That's My Opinion. And our topic today, folks, is schooling for certificates. Yes, schooling just to get a certificate. Last week we talked about education to speak English or education to develop Ghana. And I was asking if there were any problems in Ghana that our education is responding to or trying to solve. One may ask, what are some of the problems we have? Well, folks, dishonesty, sanitation, impatient citizenry, lack of skill, bad attitude, bad work attitude, just a habit of cheating, lying, general dislike for nation, lack of understanding of our own chosen mode of government. The list is endless. Lack of passion, love for shortcut and quick money, and I can go on. Maybe add our newfound love for insults. Yes, people who feel that once I've woken up in the morning and I have some data, I may go on and insult anybody who I feel like. And I'm asking, is our education responding to some of these menaces? We have so many citizens today who have been to school, at least to JSS. And somehow after 11 years of schooling, 11 years, a decade plus 1 year, yet many do not have even the basic sense of decency. The basic sense of this, i.e. just covering up, when you want to do a number 2. Just covering up, hide, find a loo to do a number 2. 11 years. Want to me answer. But again, our young ones who will one day inherit Ghana, who insult for a hobby. Not sure if they listened to the show last week, but, some said, I said that universities don't teach them anything and wanted to know which university it was. And I wanted to ask them, the young man, why in my submission did I mention any university? There was another very angry lad who was asking me that why aren't doctors trained in Ghana? Can you imagine? Doctors going to respond to impatient and being rude and insulting, as you were actually insulting me. How was the doctor going to solve that problem? So, well. But folks, this week I want us to look at why there are so many unemployed youth, though they have certificates. The numbers are now not just a mere political gimmick, but a matter of national security. We can't keep creating NAPCO just to mop up the numbers who can't find jobs. It's not sustainable. The numbers are just becoming too huge. And yes, I know population explosion plays a huge part. But I'm not looking at that today. I'm just talking about those at hand who can't find job opportunities. Folks, should we go to school to take advantage of real opportunities in the country? Or for us, the end game is just a certificate and to be able to write on the walls that I was here some? Let's have a laugh and continue. And back in the days of the cracker, the school got painted brilliant white with nice coffee-colored doors, and we were warned not to write on the walls. Well, one morning, on one of the classroom blocks was a fat mosquito slapped onto the wall with blood smeared on the wall. I mean, there's a big fat one. And there was a circle around this mosquito and an arrow drawn. And at the end of the arrow was the inscription, I killed it, Babuti. Well, Kumuntuntum Ataiwal, no, right? Circled it, drawn an arrow, and at the end was the inscription, I killed it, Babuti. Can you imagine? He signed his own name and got punished for it. That's just the light side. But on the serious note, are we in school to sign our names on the wall and just get a certificate? And folks, it looks like the latter seems to be the case. I mean, the other time we did a show where, we're saying that employers were struggling to get committed people with good work ethics, to work. It's becoming nearly impossible to find dedicated workers. Indeed, businesses now would prefer a Filipino supervisor or manager, particularly hotels and construction companies where the owners are not always on site. They find the foreigners are more trustworthy, more honest, more reliable. Yet, right here in Ghana, we have the writings on the wall and the certificate. Folks, as a developing, and I'm stating, as a developing country, our dynamics are like a fast-flowing river, constant, and just changing with the times. So we should be responding to this almost on a quarterly basis with effective communication between the statistical service, education, trade, and the private sector. Let me say that again, folks. I said, as a developing nation, a country that is developing, our dynamics are like a fast-flowing river, constant, and just changing with the times. So we should be responding to this almost on a quarterly basis with effective communication between the statistical service, who have gathered information in the market, to give it to education, who are training us to come out. The trade ministry should also know who is coming out from education and where they should go, and the private sector, who also is going to mop up most of us. There should be a link, because there could be a disaster waiting for us if all these certificated students can't find jobs. And anytime I say that, I get into trouble, but it's a reality. So maybe I should be asking, why did you choose the course you're doing in school today? Maybe that's what today's topic should have been. Why did you choose the course you're doing in school today? Now, I'm not by any means dictating to anyone what to do in school. Not at all. So please let me make that very clear. I am not in the least forcing anyone to choose a particular course or not, even though many have, just been given or told what to do when they get into school. However, folks, as a developing nation, in the year 2020, can one just go to school, pursue whatever their heart desire, or what some school just says you should do? Some even just do a course because they don't want to delay the following year until they might BBA, because I don't want to sit at home the next year, so they might be. Bear in mind, with our culture of learning to pass exam, sometimes we get so detached from the reality. All we need to do is pass the exam. Then we come out of school to ask if any company wants whatever it is that we gathered from school. Folks, we go to school, learn whatever it is that we want without any news or whatever it is connected to reality. Then I come and ask, does anybody want what I studied in school? I was speaking to Dr. Richum, Deputy Minister of Education. He says, Nana, I met, a young man who was very enthusiastic. And he says, I'm doing something in education. And I asked the young man, what's that? He says, that's what the school is teaching me. And he said, I told the young man, it is not a course. Nobody needs it. Nobody needs it. So he said, Nana, people are studying courses with big, elaborate titles, but on the job market, it means nothing. From kindergartens, sometimes all the way up to university, sometimes even to master's degree, a student is now coming on the job market asking if any company needs what he or she has gathered in school or whatever certificate they got in school, who needs it? Folks, if you look at the number of people pursuing journalism today, and I asked them, have you researched into the opportunities in the media market today? Have you found out what sort of money is being earned in the field? The passion, commitment, and time that people are putting in. A big who comes here from morning right down till midnight. Have you asked him how he's going through it? Again, I'm not saying don't pursue it if that's your passion. However, if you see the glamour of Lexus, the fame, the flair of Doreen, and the fans he gets, the tenacity of my own wife, or Henry Giftianti, and you like it, then please do well to inquire how it is they became who they are. The story behind the glory. Because unless you have something really magic today, the media is no place for you. Unless you have a magic wand, the media is no place for you. I mean, who's going to get rid of Abeku and bring you in? Dedicated, committed, or you cry, and then will have to sack him, say, go home. Malaria, still I'm a bed, my permanent. So why would you think they would lose such a person because you've just turned up here? So think about these things, what you're bringing on board. Folks, the numbers pursuing HR and marketing. Have you bothered to find out who is hiring that you're going to be their HR person? What are we producing as a country that needs so many marketing personnel? Now, with this opinion, I really need your input because I am not standing my ground on this one. Not yet. Not yet. What I'm proposing, even though I should have been standing my ground and stating categorically, I will soften my stand on this one. Career guidance and opportunity updates. Career guidance and opportunity update. This again does not mean you should not do what you want. No. But I feel it will be important to inform students that if you pursue course A, you have a 1 in 20 chance of getting a job in the first 3 years of leaving school. If you pursue course B, you have a 1 in 5 chance. If you pursue course C, there are even companies who are ready now waiting for students with this mark or that mark ready for hire. Folks, if loyalty and honesty is why we prefer Filipinos, then don't just give them a certificate and send them out of school. Build in them these traits as well. I see the number of foreigners in Ghana working and the number of Ghanaians looking for a job. It doesn't add up. How can there be so many Ghanaians looking for a job and so many foreigners working here? Telling us that, we have a serious skills deficit. So how come we haven't gone to school? How come we've gone to school and did not acquire those skills to take advantage of those jobs? Because some of them are not impossible to acquire if given the opportunity. They are not. Now let me take you to the little republic of Edubasa, where a primary school project is in progress. Now, the laborer on site, whose job is to carry the mortar and the blocks to the bricklayers, earns 50 Ghana cedis a day. Folks, that's about 1,200 Ghana cedis a month. The project is going to last for 4 months. Now, they are constantly begging him just so that he turns up the next day to work. I'm not saying you should be a laborer, no. But there are many who are wearing clean shirts and holding pens out there who probably earn just half of what this laborer is earning. Now, I always tell my wife that if Accra Mall had been in the UK with University of Ghana that close, it will be difficult to get a job there if you're not in the university. That's where most of the students will be doing their part-time jobs. When they finish school or the days that they don't have any class, that's where they will be. And when they are about to leave school, they will just introduce their friend. But here, folks, the average student will rather be texting for Momo, texting for units, texting with telling you sad stories for food. And yet this same student thinks she is bigger than working in a shoe shop 3 or 4 days a week, where she or he could earn maybe 600 cedis a month. That could cover the stories that they are telling, the units, the food, and the all transportation. But we have a sense of elitism. It is beneath him. Folks, a good tiler today charges 20 Ghana cedis a square meter. 1 square meter, 20 Ghana cedis. And even with that, you will have to supply the cement, the tile, cement, sometimes even the small cutter that he's going to work with, you will supply it. The friend says, and they will even steal your cement. Now that's what some people earn in a whole day. Some even less than 20 Ghana cedis. Yet if you told them about the opportunity in tiling, I will have Dr. Kwao IV write me a long letter from America telling me that I want people to be less educated. So what if you have finished senior high school, even if you are in your first year in university or have your first degree, and you have a contract to tile 1,000 square meters at 20 Ghana cedis, hey, how can that be beneath you? That I want people to be less educated. Folks, with a higher education background and a skill, I believe you can now negotiate for even bigger contracts in tiling, hire people and set up on your own. But the mental block we have is that if you are going to work with your hands and your fingers will touch some material, then you are not well educated and you are a second-class citizen. And so, in order to be well educated and avoid letters from America, we are all chasing opportunities that don't exist. So I am just saying, career guidance and real opportunity in the job market. Let us point a finger in the right direction. We're not insisting that you go, but maybe let's just point a finger in the right direction so that students and schools can make informed choices. Informed choices as to what to study, what skills to acquire before they leave school. So I'm asking, what do you think? Talk to me. And it's 0302-216-541. The educationists out there, call us and educate us. I got this one from the overlord of Avetime, Ose Ajatekbo. And he says, Nana Ansah Kwao, career counseling and guidance in our public schools are non-existent. In some private schools, these are part of the curriculum, albeit skewed towards certain subjects. The purposive establishing of such non-academic subjects and consciously teaching and training teachers must be considered as a requirement as part of the reforms. Career counseling and guidance must start from basic school. Students like us found ourselves by default in the careers we never fought for. Even when we did, mentors think for us. A good subject for everyday discussion, not just a one-time one. Good luck, Nana. We say Ajatekbo, overlord of Avetime. Ajima is on the line?
Nana, I'm on the line.
Good, Ajima. Let me hear you.
Good evening, I hope you're doing wonderful.
I'm good.
And today your topic needs a lot of questions and answers. And the reason why we are not improving as Ghanaians is that most of the courses that we do in our various schools, you don't have the job for them. So somebody will study accounting and will come down to do something different. There are a lot of people who are working at the banks. They didn't do anything pertaining to banking because the job is not there. The job market is not there for whatever they are studying at school. And somebody will go and do business. And once the person has become a graduate, he or she by how much should go and work for somebody for the person to pay him or her. And the person has forgotten that setting up your own business, the course that you did will guide you to improve. So Nana, we are going to school to learn, but whatever we are studying, we don't have the job for them. So that's why we are suffering. God bless you, Nana.
God bless you too. Ernest is on the line. Hello, Ernest.
Good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
I thought we were going to mention what is currently going on, this National Science and Quiz competition that is going on. They allow these students to learn, chew, come and pour. Nothing practical comes out of this. A nation cannot develop like this. That is why there are this unemployment graduate association and here and there, everything. So if they can teach these students practical, they should come out, invest little things that can move this nation forward. Without it, we are going nowhere. They go and let this thing write exams, true and poor. That ends it. That ends it. So those in authority, Ministry of Education, Ghana Education Service, and the rest must take a second look at some of these things and let the students practicalize some of these things. Because they cannot, these boys will come to answer lots of questions, science questions, but nothing comes out of it practically. Thank you.
Thank you too very much for calling. Ernest again is on the line. Hello, Ernest.
Yes, sir. Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
My brother, I've asked this question. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening.
I've asked this question before and I'll ask it again. I don't understand why we train people and there's no job for them, but there is a particular job which is medicine and law. We cannot train more people and we lack those people everywhere in the village. You go to villages where there's no doctors, people are dying, there are places there's no single lawyer in the whole community, and people are being cheated. And those places, we need people there. So why can't we train more doctors and more lawyers? Why there's job there for them, but still we train the people we don't need? It's a question I cannot answer. Please help me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 0302-216-541. Kofi is on the line. Kofi.
Yeah, Nana, good evening to you and a very good program.
Thank you.
Nana, you've asked a series of questions and it's all not pointing to the students and the courses they do. The statistics that you requested for, the Ministry of Trade assessment, everything that you requested for, it all boils down to the leadership of this country. Unfortunately for us, since time immemorial, we seem to politicize our educational system. Instead of somebody starting one, you come and build on it, you come and you try to destroy what that person does or did, so that you put in what you feel. So there is no national agenda for our educational programs. So I think until we stop politicizing our educational system and we nationalize our educational system, we will not go anywhere.
Thank you, Nana.
And I thank you so much for taking the time to call. But Nana Kwesi is right there on the line. Hello, Nana Kwesi.
Hello, boss. Good evening.
Good evening, Nana Kwesi.
I want to ask you, how does parents define success to their children?
Mm-hmm.
How? These issues here, it doesn't just start when they grow up. It starts from the house. Because every parent wants their children to be lawyers, to be doctors, and even if the child is growing up and he or she shows signs of doing something practical, they will even discourage the child. And it's what's happening. So they go through the school system, acquire all the certificates, acquire all the degrees, and they come back home with no job. So this issue is not just here. It starts from the house. How do we define success to children? Because if they see someone working with a hand, they see that as failure, and they'll tell you, make sure you don't end up with like this person. Well, you don't know. Probably for this person has degrees. Yes, still. There's a Baba. They call him Degree Baba. He's a graduate, but he's shaving and he's making an honest living. But guess what? Somebody will see him and say, make sure you don't end up like this person. So how do we define success to children? Thank you.
Thank you so much. My own good uncle Shaft. Shaft went to tech, did engineering, and decided, I want to be a tailor. And guess what? He's such a successful designer. And I'm telling you, before you even get a chance to meet him and get your kaba and slit sewn by Shaft, now Uncle says, we don't pa. But he did engineering in tech and decided, look, this is not my field. Folks, let us not throw away work just like that. But Kwame is in Weja. Hello, Kwame.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
I think unless as a nation we change our attitude towards education and technical education, we are not going anywhere. Because we cannot have engineers from India and Chinese people coming and doing all the big projects. And then we doing all the little. We just can't go on like this. The government or the people in authority have to towards technical education. Other than that, so that all of us, stakeholders and all in doing technical courses will feel like they want to do it, not the society look people doing technical courses. Because if you go out there of the shores of of Ghana and then you see all the people doing technical earning big money, right from as you were saying as a Tyler, they all earn big money. So on move on from looking down upon technical courses, we won't go anywhere.
Thank you so much for calling. This one is from one of our senior citizens. He says, I studied gardening, music, carpentry, drama, engaged in sports, live band performances, acting, in those days called cantata, under the guidance of my teachers from primary school through to middle school. As a college student, I was taken through rigorous theory and practicals in bookbinding, arts, agriculture, music, athletics, games like football, volleyball, table tennis, hockey, etc., in addition to my examinable academic subjects. These were the foundation upon which my working life was built, not on any so-called certificate which in reality only shows that one has gone through an institution in this or that subject. Our current education system is not development-oriented, so relying on it for national development is only pretending that politicians with the so-called certificate who have nothing to prove by way of experience in creativity are the ones who can build this nation. No, they cannot. In the meantime, Derek is on the phone.
Hello, Nana.
Yes, Derek.
I greet you well.
I greet you back.
Now, the issue is a multifaceted problem. I think the wisest thing for us to do now is for our educational institutions to have career and guidance personalities. So they will be guiding the students that are going to exit to the job market. And then the second factor is, do we even have statistics on those that have already exited and are floating on the streets without any jobs? Two, are our politicians thinking about people that are exiting yearly? that they have to create the jobs that will be more appropriate for the students to clamor around. We don't have all these things. So the indiscipline with which these are postmodern politicians are that gullible. And then we as citizens being that gullible equally, elected for them to lead us the wrong way. Until this is set, the parameters are set right, I think we might be wallowing in this emptiness. So the better we start pick it up and then do the right thing at the right time, I think we'll be wallowing in that emptiness. I rest my case.
And I thank you very much. Collins in Koforidua. Collins.
Good evening.
Good evening, Collins.
I'm very happy you have brought this issue up. First of all, today is World Teachers Day. I want to acknowledge every teacher in this country today. We have to show our appreciation to our teachers. Today is World Teachers Day, but most of the programs that have gone on our airwaves, I have not heard any of the programs dedicating it to teachers. On the topic you are discussing, Nana, it is time we pay much attention to vocational and technical education in our country. We have been experimenting our educational system for a very long time, and it is time we stop that. This political party has this agenda for education. That political party has that agenda for education. So when this political party comes into power, they implement what they want. When they go out of power, another political party comes with another agenda, and there's this distraction. Let's use this 4-year SHS and then the 3-year SHS issue as an example. It is time we have a national policy on education, and we pay much attention to vocational and technical education in our country. I salute all teachers. Happy World Teachers Day to all teachers in Ghana.
I salute all teachers too. Definitely, I am very, very humbled anytime I meet a teacher. I'm always humbled. I think it's a very noble calling. But Isaac is in Adenta. Hello, Isaac.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Isaac.
Nana, my name is Isaac.
Yes, Isaac, let me hear you.
Nana, the issue we have in this country is huge. My question is, why did we turn all the technical, the polytechnics into a university?
Well,
it comes back to leadership. Kwame Nkrumah, university was set up for a purpose. All the polytechnics across the country was set up for a purpose. Why did we turn all these polytechnics into a universities? Now all the polytechnics are doing business courses than the technical courses. Now let me tell you something and investigate this for me. If you go to a technical school, okay, and you did, let's say, construction in a technical school, and you want to continue at a polytechnic, from technical school, they will not allow you to enter the polytechnic. Now, are you there?
I'm here, I'm listening.
Now, if you are a science student from, let's say, Presec, and you want to go and do construction in Accra Polytechnic, they will take you straight away. But if you did a construction course at the technical level, let's say ATTC, and you want to enter Accra Polytechnic, they will not take you. They will ask you to do another course. We call it CTC 1, CTC 2, CTC 3, before you get admission to do HND in construction. Now you can do your checks.
Wow.
And a science student who is coming from Accra or a Presec, who has no idea about construction, okay, he will be admitted straight to do construction in HND.
Wow.
Now you can find out.
No,
I'm a technical student, so I know what I'm talking about.
No, Abeku just said his sister went through the same.
So this is true. This is the problem we have in this country. So it backs back to leadership. All our technical students, our technical, polytechnics are now doing marketing, business courses, administration, and health. And that's why we are here. Thank you.
I thank you so much for this call, Thank you so much for this call. I mean, that's the beauty of this show, The wisdom that comes when the calling comes just blows my mind. But you see, so he's just telling us that as a nation, we don't even respect people who are pursuing this course. As a developing nation, we don't respect the people who are pursuing developmental subjects. Akwani nimnyanson brofwa odi egu honeno, and we are homeless, we have drains, we are stuck in time, we speak in English. It's amazing. 0302216541. Derek is in Tema. Derek.
Yeah, it's Eric.
It's Eric. Sorry, Eric. Let me hear you. Good.
Nana, I don't want to talk much. I want to show you something practical. Mm-hmm. So I'll be happy if I can get your contact and then meet with you.
Sure. So send a WhatsApp to 055-111-41997. 055-41997, and then I'll give you my number there, yeah?
Okay, all right.
Thank you very much. 0302216541. Kenneth is on the line. Hello, Kenneth.
Hello, Nana. Good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Nana, thank you very much for what you are doing. What you are doing is called critical analysis. Okay, critical thinking about the state and how to move things forward. Okay?
Yeah.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
You see, the problem is at the top. The leaders, sometimes, I don't know how to say it, but it looks like nobody is paying attention as to how things are coordinated from the primary, secondary to tertiary. And the product of this educational institution, our schools, how we are coordinating their minds, their energies to nation building. So realize that there's no goal setting, there's no agenda, and people are just running through the old structure of education system we all inherited. And that structure is basically to make you elite, how to read and write, but not to solve problems. So we need to ask these questions you are asking tonight again, that what is the essence of education after all? And are you there?
I'm here and I'm loving your contribution.
Exactly. What is the essence of education at all? What problem are we solving? Is the curriculum structured? To what end are we training these young girls and boys to achieve what? So everybody is interested in, I got 7 1s, I got 8 8s, I got whatever. But at the end of the day, we don't ask ourselves that, what are you able or capable of solving? What are you not capable of solving? So, Nana, we need to go to the drawing board once again. And it's like all the leaders are feeling us on both sides of the political divide. Nobody is doing this serious thinking as you are doing tonight. So I think it's something commendable. People should listen to this program and contribute to this kind of things and structure our education to solve problems. We need to raise a generation that they're thinking critically about the problems surrounding them, from environmental to whatever, so that they come out as problem solvers and not as certificate holders. No. I think that time has elapsed. Where people come out as, I have this degree or I have that degree. But we should ask ourselves this critical question, that what ability have I developed after this kind of education? Thank you, Nana.
Thank you too. And right there on the line in Medina is Albert. Hello, Albert.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Albert. I'm good.
Yes, I have a dissenting view, and I hope they'll give me the time to just make my point.
I would love to hear it.
Yes. You just opened the Pandora's box, and so many people who didn't have the opportunity to go to university are definitely going to call to just castigate our universities and the kinds of things that are being taught and blah, blah, blah. If you go to university, you are given the opportunity to learn, and it expands your horizon. So the first degree typically is to expand your horizon. That is why we have people like Kojo Opo Nkrumah doing commerce for his first degree, but then he came to, Joy FM, and hosted the Super Morning Show. We had Eloy Amande. He did computer science at KUSC, and he hosted sports, So it expands your horizon. So it depends on you, the graduate, what you're going to find and what's going to be your best fit. Now, industry is not making it possible for people to even get employed in the first place. There are so many people with so many essential skills today, computer science and all kinds of essential skills, they are not getting the jobs. It is not the problem of the universities per se, though I agree with you partly that they could do more. But if you open it the way you are doing, then I feel people are going to probably come and castigate universities and the graduates and blah, blah, blah. Now, talking about people going to find their own jobs to do. It is not everybody who can be an entrepreneur. It is not everybody who can be an entrepreneur. So some people will be
let me come in. I won't cut you. I won't cut you. Let me come in and then you continue. So you agree that all these people have come out of university with a degree and a certificate, right?
Can you repeat that, please?
You are saying that there are people who have come out with essential courses and degrees and certificates, right? You said that.
Of course, yes.
But they can't find a job.
They can't find a job, yes.
Now, so if their degrees and certificates were so essential, why are they unemployed? Yet still we have Indians. No, hold on. Yet still we have Indians and Chinese and everything working here.
Let me give you an example. Someone did programming, okay, and the person can easily work at the data center, our own data center, the national data center. The person isn't affiliated to any political party, therefore the person is in the house. You have the wrong people at posts. Some people don't even have the degree, they don't have the masters, they don't have what it takes to be there, and they are there. So there are these dynamics that we have to talk about. If indeed you brought professionals who did education to your studio, I think that the narrative will be different from the angle that the populace are taking it. Because, as I said earlier, there are so many people who couldn't get the opportunity to go to university. They are going to castigate those who went to university because they don't understand how it works.
Okay, let me. Hold on. You see, I like the way you're saying university. It is the general thought in this country that you should finish university before you come to the job market. But by the time you finish SS3, you should be ready for the job market. University is like an advanced form of the job market. But by the time you finish senior high school, which is the last point of which government is going to look after you, you should be equipped to do something. So it's not university.
And right now we have people who finish the senior high schools and they are working.
Okay. I'm not saying that anybody who finishes school doesn't work. Look at the number of unemployed people. I'm sure you agree with me on that one. Ben is on the line. Hello, Ben.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
A nice program you're having today.
Good.
Yes, I'm a typical example of your situation.
Good.
I went to school in Koforidua Tech, and I finished in '98. I did building construction. But to my amazement, when I tried to enter KNUST at the time to offer building construction or building technology, I didn't qualify. I didn't do the courses that qualified to continue at Tech to do BT, whilst I had done building construction in secondary school. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening, yeah.
And that was very odd. It didn't make any, I don't know, I couldn't get my head around it at the time. And most of my colleagues who also did AED, that is Applied Electricity and Basic Electronics, they couldn't go to Tech to do electrical engineering. It was surprising. Auto mechanics couldn't offer mechanical engineering at Tech because of one or two courses they didn't have. At the time, I didn't have chemistry or so I couldn't do building technology. Well, I had done 3 years of building construction. So finally, I did architecture though. But then it was very odd that I couldn't offer building technology. Whilst I had a basis in the program at secondary school level.
And I thank you very much for that contribution. There was a poll on Twitter, on Joy 99.7 Twitter, and it says, is it true that 99% of what we study in school is a pure waste? 68% says yes, 32% says no. Can you imagine 60? I mean, 99. I wouldn't have pegged it at 99. But Abeku pegged it at 99% of what we study. But yes, I'm not saying that to be, let's say, work in a hospital, by all means, you need to go and do medicine. No, it's not only doctors who work in a hospital. You could do administration. You could do communication and come and work in the hospital. But what I'm saying is that there's a job market out there. There are so many people with certificates can't find a job. People who are looking for workers too are complaining that they can't find good people to work. And in the same country, we have Indians and Chinese laying railway and driving dumper trucks and everything. And so I'm saying that, listen, maybe we are missing out the point. Go to construction site and it's full of Chinese people. You go to people tiling and doing the POP and building and painting, and they are from Mali, Guinea, all those places. And we say we don't have money or we don't have jobs. That's why I'm saying that while we are in school, I'm not forcing, say, go and do media, go and do, a skilled work. No. But if there could be a way in which the school comes to say, listen, currently, my auntie sent me a message that in the 70s when they went to UK, there was a shortage of pharmacists. All the Indians were pushing their children to do pharmacy. And true, if you go to UK now, most pharmacy shops, all the pharmacists are Indians. So they picked up the opportunity, went in there, and today they've captured the market. And I'm saying that if we do our research today, look, there are big farms out of Accra who need workers, and they will give them a car, residence, and good money. But if you're sat in Accra and you were not told in school, you don't know that there's a banana farm, somewhere who needs some workers, so that you can tailor your education, towards a real opportunity out there. But one can say, but then come and ask, who wants what I learned? Really? Who said I need it? No. So we should collectively as a nation look for where the opportunities are, where the vacancies are, and tell the student so that the student can make informed choices that, listen, this is what we get. Next time we do, something about what is education. So we look at those who are creatives and those who are academics and see how we give them all opportunity. But in the meantime, let me say congratulations to Oheneyere Gifty-Auntie. You won an honorary award and the humanitarian award. So they looked at all your happy feats, your reading, charity, your girl in need charity, and honored you with a humanitarian award. So as your husband, I'm saying, Ayuko Kojibia ane Jamenso Medekakra Abata Mem. Sahani Kosukosa. In the meantime, in between time, the other giftee is here. Smartly in a very nice mustard dress, beautiful glasses, about to give you the news bulletin. You can't even touch that dial. Thank you very much, Abeku Sankosi, and Sami Fosin is up next. Let us think of how to point our children in the right direction.